The following is a special presentation of 18 WJTS Sports. This is Indiana High School basketball here on 18 WJTS TV. High school basketball is proudly brought to you by Southern Indiana Propane, Mehringer Plumbing, Heating and Air, DuBois County Tire, and Ubalor & Sons Chevy, Cadillac, Toyota. It's time to settle in, as tip-off is moments away.
Welcome to Jasper High School. Tonight, the Jasper Wildcats are back in conference action as the Cats take on the Memorial Tigers. Memorial comes into this basketball game 4-1 on the season, and the Wildcats are 3-2. Hello, everybody. I'm Craig Schneider, along with Jason Stamm and Jeremy Marcos on the video. And Jason, last time I saw this Wildcat team play, live at least, the Evansville Bossy Bulldogs knocked us off in our last conference game, so we're 0-1 in the conference. And since then, 3 straight wins over Gibson Southern, big win over Southridge, and also on the road at Corydon Central. So kind of give me your assessment over that 3-game winning streak that the Wildcats have going right now.
Well, I think, Craig, we've continued to get better each and every game. Obviously, last weekend we played with Southridge and Corydon. That was a nice weekend to win 2 games like that on the road. Corydon hadn't been beat yet, and that was a hard-fought game. Obviously, the Southridge game, that's a rival game, got off to a horrendous start, behind 12-0 at the end of the first quarter. Battled the next 3 quarters and were able to come back and come out of that game with a victory. So, I think we've continued to get better each and every game, and as a coach, I think that's all you can ask for. So tonight, we'll see. We've had a little bit of a layoff now with the holidays and things, and this is a kind of a odd time for us to be playing.
Right.
Because usually we're off that whole time in between there.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
Absolutely, and again, the Wildcats taking on a Memorial team that actually have 3 starters that average in double figures. Dylan Kendricks got 15 points a ball game. Max Ainslinger is 14.2, and J.J. Lowry, number 4 out there, is 14.2 as well. So, again, that's going to be defensively for the Wildcats. You have to keep your eye on 3 or 4 guys, really.
Yeah, yep, you're right.
All right, so the Cats come up short on their first attempt there. Now Mainers gets the rebound and puts it up. Nope, doesn't go there. So both teams on the floor right now. Dylan Kendricks, number 1. Brady Combs is 2. Max Ainslinger, I'm going to have a tough time saying that all night, 3. And J.J. Lowry, and that shot right there is by Lowry, and it pops for the first 2 points of the ball game. Also, Max Hamlin, number 23, is a starter out there. And the Cats are out there with Foy, Day, Butel, Levi Klaus, number 31, and Jalen Mainers on the floor for the start again.
Yeah, we'll have our work cut out defensively. Like you said, when you got 3 guys averaging 14 or more, that's a tough assignment.
Butel couldn't find anything inside, so the Cats work the perimeter. Now down low, Klaus gives it up. There's a shot in the corner, and that's a 3-pointer by Logan Day to give the Wildcats an early 3-2 lead.
Memorial's normally a patient team on offense. They're usually very well coached and structured, so I don't look for a game that gets up and down the floor a lot tonight.
There's a battle right there on the floor, so recognize a lot of these names from the Memorial football team. And there's a little fumble scrum on the floor there, so yeah, I'm sure it's going to be a physical basketball game as well, Jake.
Oh, there's no doubt. And that's one thing that so far we've done a pretty decent job when we do get into physical games. We're able to keep up with teams with that. To me, one of the big keys to our success the last 3 games has been our defense. We get after teams on defense, and a lot of teams like Corydon, for example, they were 5-0 when we played them. and averaging 60-some points a game, you know, and we come in there on their home floor and kind of shut them down.
Yeah.
And they're not used to that physical style of play.
You're right, because in those 3 games, 55 points, 44, and 43 is what the Wildcats have given up in that 3-game stretch here. So, you know, and that's the other thing, too. When it comes to defense, it's really a mindset and then also a lot of effort, too, isn't it?
Oh, there's no doubt. I mean, I refer to playing defense in basketball to basically like bunting in baseball. You have to want to do it.
Absolutely.
And if you want to do it, you can. There's no reason you can't be good at playing defense.
Well, it's another way for players to get on the floor, too.
No doubt at all.
I think there's a coach in America that doesn't appreciate somebody's defensive effort.
Yeah.
Mainers with the jump hook there doesn't go. And the Tigers with kind of a very dark blue, if not black, uniforms that they're wearing tonight with darker colors, but that jumper goes right in there, and that's first 2 for Ainslinger. So 4-3 is our score, 3 minutes into this ball game. Again, conference games for both of them. 3-pointer does not go there for Day. Ainslinger with it. Day's got a hand on him, now gives it up. Combs gets to the hole and puts it up and in, so.
We got to do a better job on defense there. I mean, he just basically caught the ball and dribbled twice, went right to the hole.
We'll need a little bit more lane protection, but that's a good turnaround jumper there by Jalen. Makes it a 6-5 ball game, 4:22 on the clock here. Memorial is 1-0 in the conference so far with their win over Evansville Central to start this season. And that shot finds the bottom of the net with a little rim around there. So 4 points now for Brady Combs. Tigers with a 9-5 lead over the Wildcats. Butel sets up. Long on the 3, but there's a whistle.
Get somebody for trying to fight through a screen. I think it was Combs.
So we'll see the first substitution tonight. That's Luke Dockery, number 11, checking in for the first time. Gonna put down Max Hamlin for the Wildcats.
Jack Levin.
Levin just checked in, you're right. Loose ball comes up by Ainslinger. Now drive right there by Kendrick. Draws a little contact. I think that's before the shot, so we won't see anything here. More substitutions. Thornburg checks in for the Wildcats. Ethan Thornburg, 6-foot senior. It's a one-on-one matchup. Ainslinger now, Levin's able to come up the loose one, so the Cats trying to run the other way. There's a stop and pop by Riley Foy for his first 2 points of the ball game. Makes it a 2-point game, 9-7. Memorial still up. I think for the most part, especially with Memorial, you're going to see a lot of set plays, aren't you?
Yeah.
Well, couldn't quite handle it right there, so Max comes up with it. Mainers from the top of the key, and he drills that one, so the Cats on a little bit of a run here. 5 points for Mainers. And now Cats have taken the lead back 10-9.
Yeah, and it all starts down here on the defensive end.
Drive to the basket, draws contact. Mainers is going to pick up this one, and that will put Combs to the line. Yeah, this Memorial basketball team with wins over Central. They had lost to Heritage Hills, 61-47. And 3 straight wins over Scottsburg, North Knox. And I think they played at the Hatchet House the other night against Fort Wayne Lures. Won that game 71-60.
It must have been one of them tourneys or whatever that these places have.
All right, so 2 for 2 from the line right there for Brady Combs. He leads the team with 6 right now. And he averages just 7.2, so he's not one of those double-figure scorers, but he's got off to a really good start. 2:38 on the clock here. 1-point lead for the Tigers. 3-point shot drained right there by Riley Ford. So he's got 5. Cats have hit a couple threes so far. Actually, 3 of them already. 13-11. And there's a drive right there by Kendrick. And he'll go to the line to shoot, too.
Memorial's doing a good job of getting to the basket. We're committing fouls because we've got 3 team fouls and they've shot, 4 free throws?
Yeah.
You know, so I mean they're taking advantage of their fouls.
All right, so Dylan Kendrick hits his first point of the ball game, first free throw. So a couple subs there as Butel actually was whistled for that foul. That's his second already.
Day and Lamont came in for Jasper.
So 2 for 2, so Memorial perfect from the line so far. Ties this ball game at 13. Battle for the ball. Cats lose it. Long 3-point shot and misses everything, but a good save here. Well, not quite of a save. He threw it right out of bounds there, but probably not the shot that Luke Dockery should be taking, but he took it anyway.
Yeah, he was. His eyes lit up because he was wide open, but he was about halfway to the volleyball line, too.
Ian Lamont in. Thornburg gives it back up. 3-point shot, and that one's hit right there by Logan Day, so that's a second 3 for him. He's got 6. Cats, 12 of their points have come from beyond the arc. That sets up for a 3-pointer. Doesn't go there for Combs, and Cats come down with the board. 3-point lead, 16-13 right now. Jasper up with 1:36 to go. Feed back over to Day. Now it gets into Mainers. Mainers kind of lost the handle a little bit, it looked like.
Yeah, he didn't get his shoulders squared up. It looked like his ball squirted out.
Kendrick gives it up. Ainslinger with it. Drive and a spin. Double pump, and it's going to draw contact for another foul. So that's going to be the first whistle on Ethan Thornburg. As the Cats continue to work their bench. Riley Foy looking to check back in. All right, so Brady Combs, second trip to the line, 3 for 3 so far.
Cash
for Cash Kendall.
Cash Kendall was the other one that checked in.
John Gable using most of his bench so far in this first quarter. And that one rims out. Inside a minute right now, 2-point lead for Jasper, 16-14. Mears looking to hand it off. Turnaround jumper in the lane is dropped right there by Foy. So he's got 3 buckets, 7 points in the ball game, and Jasper now with their biggest lead at 18-14. Half a minute to go. Driving kick, not there. Good defense by the Wildcats and come up with the turnover. Nope, but Memorial gets it right back. So good job there by Anslinger to get it back, and then there's a 3-pointer. I'm sorry, no, 3-pointer did not drop there for Lowry. 10 seconds to go. Okay, they finally called that. I think he fouled him before on the first contact, but
the first contact was a lot worse than with the foul that they actually called.
Oh, yeah. So that foul's going to go on Dockery. So Cats at 5.7. 4-point lead. Drive and loses the handle. Mainers is just going to have to launch it up. Nothing there, and that will bring us to the end of the quarter. So both teams kind of picking it up offensively. Memorial jumped out to an early lead, but Jasper now up by 4 as we go to our first break. 18-14 here on 18 WJTS.
This is Tony Ubelar, Ubelar Toyota in Jasper. Toyota announces a new certified used vehicle program. Now vehicles up to 10 years old with 125,000 miles are silver certified. Cars up to 6 years old with 85,000 miles are gold certified. That means more great certified Toyotas for you to choose from. All with additional factory warranty, 24-hour roadside assistance, and a stringent multi-point quality inspection, like usual. Ask about a gold or silver certified used Toyota from Ubelor Toyota in Jasper today.
All right, so the Wildcats, 4-point lead starting the second quarter. They'll have the basketball side out. Kean Lamont with the basketball, number 11. Nice back cut there, but a good defensive play to block it. J.J. Lowry picked him up there. Now he's going to drive the other way. A little Euro step, doesn't go. Mainers comes down. Another back cut play there, but the ball gets kicked. So Cats aggressively trying to find something as the two plays didn't come up with any points on them, but yeah, trying to find those openings down there in the low post.
Yeah.
Lamont feeds it. Square up jumper does not go there for Foy. Kendrick, leading scorer for this team, and he has not really got on track other than a couple free throws so far in this ball game. There's a three-point shot that does not go there for Combs. He had 8 points in that first quarter for Memorial. There's a spin move, now give up. Mainers short on the jumper. There's a move, but does not go. Both teams being very aggressive with their offense here to start the second quarter, but neither team have scored yet.
Ooh, they gave Jasper a timeout on that.
I think between both teams, we got about 0 for 7 shooting in this quarter. But we'll take a break here. 6:50 on the clock. 18-14 still our score here on 18 WJTS.
Think about the journey, not about how you're getting there. The all-new Michelin LTX MS2, engineered for 2 extra years of tread life. Available at DuBois County Tire and Supply in Jasper.
Big or small, we service all. DuBois County Tire.
All right, so the Wildcats call the timeout, and we'll have the basketball. Four-point lead as Lamont brings it up. Set up there is Day. Now he gives it back up to Lamont in the corner. Going after the steal there, leaves an open shot there for Foy, but it actually got the bounce. Was that a tip? I'm sorry, I kind of looked down on my score sheet.
Yeah, Mainers got the rebound.
Mainers did,
yeah.
okay, all right.
You got the rebound and shot it all in one motion.
I saw the shot go up, and I was writing down the attempt, and all of a sudden I heard everybody cheer. I thought maybe it was just a bounce that went right down, but Mainers sets up for three and drains that one, so 5 quick points for him to extend this lead now. Memorial needs the timeout. So 23-14, 9-point lead for the Cats here on 18 WJTS.
Contact Maringer Plumbing, Heating and Air at 812-482-4425. That's 812-482-4425. Located at 723 3rd Avenue in Jasper.
It's hard to stop a train.
Coaching matchup tonight, Jared Swanson, 4-1 in his first year at the school. He actually took over after Heath Howington had a 5-year run at Memorial and included a sectional championship last year, but he left to go to Bar Reeve. He's got that team undefeated over there. And John Gable, 246 and 178 in his 19th year here at Jasper High School. Lowry back in the ball game from Memorial. Kendrick with it. There's a battle, and Cats come down with the board. 31 is Levi Klaus. He got that rebound. He gets cut off, has to give it back up. Feed down low. Parker Ernie with a play. All right, so the Cats are really on a run now. An 11-point lead. Memorial has not scored yet in this quarter. We're 3 minutes into it. Cats on a 7-0 run to start things here. Ball gets knocked away, so it's touched by a Wildcat. Anslinger gets the bump right there from Klaus, so he'll pick up the foul.
I do have to say, I think these officials so far have let them play.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of bumping and grinding and everything else going on.
Good job. I mean, you tell to save that basketball. It was going out of bounds, so. Klaus gives back out and feeds. Now it comes up to top and Foy. He's going to drive to the lane and tries to dish it to the other side. It goes right off the leg of Parker Ernie. So turnover for the Wildcats as Mainers checks back in. You know, the thing is with Mainers right now, he's got 10 points, so a good start to his ball game. But I think if he works that block a little bit more, he could have a killer night because he's pretty well got the height advantage over anybody on Memorial's team right now.
Yeah, no doubt.
Left all alone, but good defensive recovery there by the Wildcats. Parker Ernie picked up his man. Now there's a shot there missed by Kendrick. He has not really gotten on track. Has not scored a field goal yet tonight.
Well, they've got a mismatch now because Kendrick's guarding. Now they switched, but Kendrick was trying to guard Mainers.
You tell. Mainers 18 feet away from the basket, though. Feed down, Parker Ernie. He uses a little power, but he gets called for it. Totally lowered his shoulder, back, whatever he's got up there without falling down because his defender was all over him.
It was either going to be a foul or a travel.
Yeah.
So.
Gable didn't like it, though. He's thought it was the other way. 11-point lead for the Wildcats, 25-14. Memorial still yet to score here in the second quarter. A good block here by Mainers. And as actually they're going to call him for a travel. He kind of got away with a little bump there, was Kendrick. But regardless, Cats get the basketball. It's a one-on-one matchup right now. Lowry against Butel. I'm sorry, Dockery. A lot of energy expended just to get the ball across right there, Jay.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Mainers can't hit the jumper there. Kendrick comes down with it. He's getting a little antsy to get his shot up, but does not go. He's really struggling.
Yeah.
So still 2:47. We played well over 5 minutes of the second quarter, and Memorial's yet to score. Butel with a drive. Can't get it to drop, but he'll go to line to shoot two.
Memorial's forcing a lot of shots on their offensive end. I mean, they're not letting their offense do what it needs to do to get them good shots.
I think there's a lot of one-on-one basketball going on.
Exactly.
You got 5 one-on-one players for Memorial tonight. It's a lot better when you got 5 players playing as one.
Yep.
So Levin's back in. Good minutes there for Parker Ernie. He got a bucket. So Butel pops that one. .238. We're going a little bit deeper in their bench here as Parker Powell has come into the ball game for the first time, number 10. And he's going to be long on that three-point shot. 12-point lead for Jasper. Kind of work off a Maynard's screen there. So Boyd gives it up. Levin. Now Lamont. Maynard's. Good move there. And he pops a shot. So good quickness to get to that baseline. Squares himself up, hits the shot, and he'll go to the line. 12 points for Jalen tonight. In and out on the free. So we're inside of 2 right now. Parker Powell with it. Picked up by Lamont. Ainslinger, he's not really gotten on track either.
They just get on there and they just throw it up. I mean, it'd be different if they had a bunch of guys in there to rebound those shots, but they don't. And I'm not sure what they're trying to do by doing that. But
right there, it's Lowry. JJ will drive and feed it to the corner. Three-point shot does not go there for Powell. And quickly down to Levin. Now he's getting an open lane. He goes right in for the bucket. So the Cats take advantage. Memorial not getting back on defense and gets another bucket, and they lead 30-14. So again, Memorial, 1 minute to go here in the quarter, is yet to score in the second quarter here. Powell drives, now gives it up. Dockery to Ainslinger. And he finally gets a bucket for the Tigers. 4 points for Max. Still a 14-point lead for Jasper. They could hold for 1 here with 35 to go. Levin, Powell all over him. And actually, we got a quick reach right there. It's going to be called on Lowry.
See, I don't get that. I mean, I'm not saying it wasn't a foul, but there's
All
there's a lot more contact and a lot of other possessions than what there was right there.
No doubt about it. All right, so the Cats at 20 seconds now. Lamont. Down to 8 seconds. Long three-point shot by Foy doesn't go. Ball gets knocked away, but Mainers recovers. He's got a square-up jumper, does not go. And that will bring us to the end of the quarter. So Jasper led by 4 after the first quarter, but have now extended that to 14 as Memorial was held to just 2 points in that entire second quarter. So good aggressive defense by the Wildcats, but also I think a lot had to do with their shot selection and kind of selfish play one-on-one out there.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, obviously, you want to give Jasper some credit for the defense,
yes,
but on the same sense that, like you said, their shot selection was awful in that second quarter, and it shows. I mean, they only scored 2 points, and I mean, they just had a lot of forced shots. They didn't let their offense run, let it make passes, make an extra pass to get an easy shot. They were trying to penetrate and make things happen one-on-one, and it obviously it showed there. It didn't work for them. But again, Jasper is playing their typical good man-to-man aggressive defense. They're up on you, they're bumping and they're grinding with it. So it makes it harder on teams, and that's one thing in high school basketball that if you can play good, aggressive, hard-nosed defense, then it makes it harder on the opposition, obviously. Right. And they really, throughout the course of this year, I think we've done a very good job of that. We have guys that are willing to play defense.
Yeah.
They may not be guys that are going to score a lot, like, say, Max Butel, for example. I don't know what he's averaging, but I'm saying it maybe around 5 or 6 points. But he's constantly guarding one of the better players on the other team.
Yep.
and they take pride in doing that. And that's one thing, that Jasper, back when we were in school, when I played, that's what I was. I didn't score. I played defense.
Yeah.
I guarded the best guy on the other team.
Right.
And from then on, it's been Coach Gable's teams. He's always had a guy that's been the defensive stopper.
Yeah.
Whoever it is, and a lot of times it's not the best player on the team, but it's like you mentioned a while ago. It's you have to want to do it.
Sure.
And guys that have accepted that role and have excelled at it.
Right.
And that's that helps keep us in a lot of games.
Well, and that's the thing too. Coming into this ball game, when you got basically 3 primary scorers for a team like Memorial, each of them averaging around 15 points a game, it's almost like, who's that stopper? Well, you got to have 3 or 4 stoppers when you got a team like that, and I'm seeing it tonight from Jasper.
Yeah, and that's just it. We a lot of guys have stepped up tonight and guarded those 3 guys.
Yeah.
I'm sure Butel's guarding one of them. I don't know who's guarding the other ones. I haven't paid that close of attention, but whoever, and a lot of times if you have multiple guys that can do that, it helps because then you don't have to have the same guy guarding the same guy all the time. You can switch off and give that guy a rest.
Right. And that's everything, too, whenever you go deep in your bench as well, as Jasper did tonight. You're just putting more men out there, more bodies, and basically fresh bodies that can get out there and stay after them. So I think that's what we're seeing.
Yeah, there's no doubt. And that helps you down the road come tournament time because now you've got guys that have played in those roles throughout the course of the year, and they've gotten better at it.
Right.
And it helps too. When you're guarding Mainers every day in practice, or you're trying to guard Foy every day in practice.
Yeah.
When you're trying to guard a good player in practice, you've got to figure out what do I got to do to get this job done.
Yeah.
And that makes a big help when it comes game time.
No doubt about it. All right, well, we'll take a halftime break here. Jasper 30, Memorial 16 here on 18 WJTS.
Southern Indiana Propane recognizes the hard work and dedication that our student athletes put forth to prepare to play their best in representation of our schools. The team at Southern Indiana Propane works to be tough on safety and easy on the pocketbook for our customers. When it comes to safety, we are the most stringent in the area because we want to do all we can to help our customers have confidence that their energy choice is a safe and efficient low-carbon option that is reliable and ready when you are. Propane, energy for everyone.
All right, we're back once again here at Jasper High School. The Wildcats with a 30-16 lead over the Memorial Tigers. Memorial was led by Brady Combs, 8 points, 4 points for Max Ainslinger, and 2 points each for Kendrick and J.J. Lowry. So all their scorers were starters. 4 of their 5 starters have scored. For the Wildcats, they are led by Jalen Mainers with 12. Foy had 7 in the first quarter, 6 points for Day, 1 point for Max Butel, and buckets by Jack Levin and Parker Ernie in that second quarter. So the Wildcats outscored Memorial 12-2 in the second. Both teams kind of started off slow before Jasper started to pick things up, but Memorial didn't get their first bucket until late in the quarter, so they'll be looking to pick up their offensive game if they're going to get back in this ball game, trailing by 14 right now. Cats in a zone, so a different look.
It looks like Jasper come out in a zone, and I'm not sure, other than the fact that Memorial was getting the ball inside, why they would want to do that. But
Cats come up with the loose ball. First possession here. The starters the same for the Wildcats out there as they try to feed it into Klaus right there, and there's going to be the first whistle of the second half, and that's going to go on number 2, Brady Combs, his first personal foul. So we'll see how the officials call it in the second half. Kind of let them play, especially in that second quarter, as Mainers drives, can't get it to go. Kendrick comes down. Quick feed inside, does not go for Brady Combs, but he recovers and puts it back up and in. So he's got double figures now with 10 points. And Memorial's
picking up full court in Zone press.
Cats beat it, though. Nice shot fake, but good recovery there by Ainslinger to block that shot.
Oh.
And Max just missed a steal there as Kendrick goes and can't get his shot to fall. And now we're playing football out there. We mentioned Kendrick, their leading rusher, and Memorial. And, of course, as we get a bucket down here by Klaus, but Maynard's the Wildcat quarterback this year, so they were wrestling down in the other end as this action happened down here.
Yeah, they kind of got their feet tangled up after the shot a little bit.
All right, so good reach in there to steal it is Klaus. So here comes Jasper. Three-point shot drained right there by Day. So Day's all three of his shots have been threes tonight. He's got 9. 35-18, Jasper extends. 2-minute mark. He's a three-point shot that misses just about everything except for the far backboard. Foy squares from deep, and he does about the same thing over here. There's a drive, Lowry. High off the glass. Nobody hits the rim right now.
No,
3 shots for both teams haven't even hit the rim.
No.
Klaus, good feed. Look at that drive and an easy bucket there for Butel. Jasper now with a 19-point lead. Again, conference action we're looking at tonight. Jasper 0-1, Memorial 1-0 in the conference.
Memorial's got to be shooting about 20%
I
of the
think
game,
so.
if that.
I mean, they basically just have 2 field goals really in the last at least 12 minutes of this basketball
How many
game.
points have they got off of free throws?
Their free throws 2, 4, 6.
So 6 of their 18 points are off of free
Yeah.
throws.
And they haven't been in the line since the first quarter. Long three-point shot, and it is drained right there by Foy. So he's hit double figures tonight, 10 points for him, and now Jasper with a 40-18 lead.
And all this is going to do is this is going to make Memorial start forcing more things and trying to do one-on-one instead of staying within their system. So, you know, this could end up a 30-point game easily, or they could get back in the game, you know, relatively. I mean,
yeah, they're going to have
the way this game's going, there's no way that they can get back in it. But doing the things they're doing.
Well, the thing is they've just not been able to get into a consistent flow of their offense at all. You know, early on they were trying to run some set plays, but then after that it's just like once it breaks down, then it's just each individual player trying to do their own thing.
Kendrick averages 15. Does he have a point yet?
He's got 2. He had 2 free throws. He hasn't scored a field goal yet, and he missed his first free throw there, but hits his second.
So I mean, he's got 3 points. So I mean, obviously we've done a good job on him. But again, a lot of it's he forces a lot.
Well, that's one way to do it, is if you can do it with the press. But now Kendrick tries a no-look pass and didn't see the defender who stole the ball from him. And now Mainers gets fouled from behind. And he's going to shoot 2. So that's going to be a foul on Luke Dockery. Jasper up by 21 right now. 4:34 to go on the clock here in the third quarter as Mainers pops the first. Levin checks in for the Cats. 13 points tonight for Jalen. I'm sure he's not even close to done. This is the free throw, second one there. Powell back into the ball game for Memorial. Gets it, now he drives baseline, and actually Jack wasn't there quick enough and picks up the foul. .22 lead for Jasper, 4:22 to go in the quarter. Max Ainslinger goes with a nice bucket there, so he gets his 6th point of the ball game, and actually And once that whistle over there, it's going to be a foul whistle.
22. Rozier.
So Grant Rozier picks up the foul. And can't handle the pass there is Levin. They connected quite a bit during the football season, quarterback to receiver, but not on that play. And now Memorial the other way as we get a foul called on the Wildcats. That's going to be a third on Butel, so he's going to have to sit for a while here. Lamont checked in for him. He's going to pick up Kendrick. Kendrick with another spin move, now gives it up. Three-point shot wide open, but misses terribly right there. They have not looked good shooting from three hardly at all tonight.
Tell you what, I've seen some ugly three-point attempts tonight.
They haven't hit a single one. Cats still up by 20 right now, 41-21. Mainers, now you look behind him, and Powell knocks it away, but good recovery there by the Cats as Levin now has it. Left-handed shot up and in. So Jack, not known for his offensive production, but he's got a couple buckets tonight.
Yeah, I'm happy to see that for Jack because, you know, he plays hard. You know, he's a good athlete. He's just not a, and I don't mean it the wrong way or a bad way, but he's just not a basketball player.
Natural player,
yeah. He's not. He doesn't have natural ability, so
yeah.
It's nice to see him have success.
Kendrick still looking for his first field goal tonight.
And then he doesn't hustle back on defense. I mean, that's what just gripes me. I mean, he missed that shot, put his head down, and he just jogged down the floor. You know, like, oh man, I'm better than this. You know, and it's like, kid, you're an 18-year-old kid.
Yeah.
You're not getting paid millions of dollars to do this. You missed a shot, so what? Get your butt down the floor and play defense.
Yeah, I just don't think this is your typical Memorial team right now.
No, it's not.
You know, it could be an off night, could be anything, but struggling in all phases of the game tonight as they trail by 22. Jack looking for it this time, and nice jump hook there. So Jack Levin got 6 points, and the biggest lead for the Cats is at 24 right now.
See, and the thing Jack's got that helps him too is he's quick.
Oh yeah.
You know, when he makes a move, if he makes it quick like he did there, he's open.
That was actually a nice move there by Max Anslinger.
Without him, they'd be really in trouble tonight.
Leads him with 8. Good feed and Baders. Now there's a good drop right over there to the three-point corner, and Logan Day, that's all he does tonight is shoot threes. He's hit 4 of them. 25-point lead now for the Cats with 1:48 to go here in the third. Cats come down with the board. That's Lamont. Foy picked up right there by Rozier. Mainers one-on-one against Kendrick, and Kendrick fouls him. Cat's going to bring Thornburg in. Memorial's going to bring in Colin Quick. See how quick he is. So both teams really extending their benches tonight. I think for the Wildcats, just about everybody has played except for Nicholas Aguilera and Tanner Young, but we may see them if Jasper continues to blow out Memorial as they do right now. They're up by 25 with 1:28 to go here in the third on 18 WJTS.
Get a GM certified pre-owned vehicle now at Jubilar Chevy Cadillac in Jasper. We've got a great selection of certified vehicles on the lot and ready for you to drive home today. Each comes with a 172-point inspection and a 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. With a GM certified, you're not just buying a used car, you're buying peace of mind. And remember, at Jubilar's, you never pay dealer fees. Jubilar Chevy Cadillac in Jasper, where customers send their friends for pre-owned vehicles since 1929.
All right, so Jalen Mainer's at the line here. Good night for Jalen with 13 so far. Add a couple more here at the free throw line. There's the first one.
I don't know what the officials are doing, but they all got together. I don't know if it's the wrong guy shooting free throws maybe. I don't know. I don't remember the play before.
Maynard's already shot one, so
I don't know what it is. They're going to explain
obviously
it.
They don't know what it is either.
They're going to explain it to the scores table, but
put them on the microphone like they do in the NBA and college games. All right, so.
Oh, they're just trying to get the foul figured out who they called the foul on, because if it was on number 4 Lowry, that was 4 on him.
Okay, so they actually switched it.
So they switched it
Combs.
to number 1. Or
is that one?
Yeah.
Okay,
Kendrick.
so Kendrick.
Yeah.
All right, so they actually iced Maynard to mix the second free throw.
Yeah.
Cats with a 19-point quarter going right now, Jason.
Yeah, I mean, we're shooting the ball really well, and it helps that Memorial doesn't play much defense either.
There's Ainslinger going up and can't get it to go, and Cats come down with it. Maynard's now with it. Feeds it over to Thornburg. Inside of a minute here. Jasper with a 26-point lead. So they've extended that 14-point lead at halftime. Shot doesn't go there for Foy, but Cats get the offensive board. Levin gets it knocked out of bounds there by Powell. 35 seconds to go.
One thing that we don't talk much about is our rebounding. We generally do a very good job of defensive rebounding. We don't let teams have second shot opportunities. When the shot goes up, we've usually got 3 white shirts around it, ready to get the rebound.
Yeah.
And that plays a big part into a lot of games. That it's kind of something that people don't really talk about a lot, but as a coach you do, because you want to limit teams to 1 shot.
Thornburg misses that 3-point shot. Well, going to that as far as rebounding too, when you get a team like Memorial that's struggling to shoot, if you're not hitting it on the defensive boards, Jasper, that would give them second and third opportunities.
Exactly.
They're not seeing it tonight.
No.
It's basically one and done for most of their possessions.
Exactly.
Because of that rebounding, just like you mentioned.
And maybe, in the past, that may be what they do. They just throw it up there, and there's a nice shot at the buzzer, but, they may just throw it up there and go get it and get second chance shots. I don't know.
Absolutely. All right, so we'll take a break here as Memorial hits a shot there to end the quarter. 49-25, Jasper dominating right now as we go to the 4th here on 18 WJTS.
101 Country, WBDC, your morning brain teaser.
Here's Dolly Parton now on Lunch with the Legends on 101 Country.
All right, leading things off on a Good Time Gold Saturday morning.
Beezer, good morning.
Good morning, Ty.
How you doing?
I'm doing great, man.
Be sure to join me from 3 to 6 for Afternoons with Amanda.
We are 101 Country, WBDC.
All right, Jason Stamm, here's the situation. Cats dominating this basketball game so far, but, you really – these first 3 or 4 minutes of the quarter, you need to keep control of it, don't you?
There's no doubt. You want to come out, keep playing the quality of basketball that you've played up to this point. You don't want to let them have that. You want to make things tough for Memorial. You can't give them easy baskets like that. You don't want to let them get a little momentum built up. Obviously, they've got a huge mountain to climb.
Yeah.
But you don't want to give them any opportunities to do that.
Well, and that's the thing. Well, actually, Jasper comes up with a steal there, but 2 defensive plays led at least to that first bucket there. So Cats just have to be complacent because Memorial's going to come at them hard for those first 2 to 3 minutes of the quarter, I think, to see what they can carve out of this.
And I mean, you have pride. You want to keep things under control, from Memorial's standpoint. And from Jasper's, you just want to continue to play well.
Yeah.
You don't care what the final score is. You want momentum playing well to carry over to practice and be ready for your next game.
Absolutely. All right, so Memorial misses that second shot. Handoff to Butel, now into the corner. Day's going to try to get to the lane and finds a wide open and can't drop it, though. So a wide open shot there for Parker Ernie.
You know, in a game like this, that doesn't matter. But in a 2-point game,
oh yeah, it's huge.
You know, obviously, I'm not stating anything that's not obvious, but you know that's why you have to continue to concentrate.
Oh yeah.
You know, just because you're up 20 whatever doesn't mean you can get sloppy and just throw it up there. You know, one thing we haven't talked about tonight, you know, with Coach Gable, you know, obviously if looks like we're going to win this ball game, and you know that will tie him with Cabby O'Neill for the all-time winning wins
there you go,
at
yeah.
Jasper High School.
Absolutely.
So, you know, I want to congratulate him on that. I know it's a little premature, but I think it should be safe to say that right now. But you know, that's quite a feat and accomplishment.
Oh, no
you know,
question about it.
Just to be around coaching for the length of time that Coach Gable has.
Right.
Not only just here at Jasper, but you know the years he had down at Mater Dei before he got here.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. I mean, because again, Cabby O'Neill is the name you always think of when it comes to, you know, as far as the history of Jasper basketball, no doubt. But you know, maybe we'll name this place John Gable Arena someday. Who knows?
Yeah.
I'll ask him about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so there's a drive. Ainslinger gets down. He's actually had a good second half. He's got 8 points, so been kind of the bright spot for Memorial in this struggle of a second half for him. But actually, they're starting to get after it now, and this ball gets knocked away, but Jasper will hang on. So 5:16 on the clock.
And this is good for us because we have to learn to be able to handle this.
Yep.
Say it's a close ball game,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and teams are doing this because you'll play teams you get in the tournament, teams will press.
Oh, they will.
You know,
yeah.
and you have to be able to handle this. If you all of a sudden get the word that, hey, Jasper can't handle the press,
yeah,
teams will do that.
They'll pick it up.
And then you're going to, you know, find yourself in trouble.
Right. All right, so we're inside of 5 minutes right now as there's a drive there by Day. See if Parker can finish this time. Yes, he does, and we'll go to the line. So 4 points for Parker Ernie off the bench tonight.
And we've talked about Parker, you know, the Southridge Corden weekend, you know, he really plays hard. He gets the most out of his size because he plays inside.
Yeah.
You know, he's the size of a guard, but he plays inside.
Yeah.
But he plays a lot bigger than what his physical stature is, and he does a good job. He plays hard. He busts it, and you know he does the little things. You know, he doesn't care if he scores.
Yeah.
He wants to get in there and rebound and do those things.
He's showing he's got the ability to kind of score ugly, you know, where there is a lot of physicality and contact down low. So Jasper lead back up to 25. Klaus thinks twice about it.
That was a smart decision out of Butel. Yeah, he was open. We don't need the points.
Yeah.
We just need to control the ball, keep the clock running.
Klaus right there just kind of lost the handle as he went up for it, but he had a wide open shot. Now there's going to be a push from behind. That's going to be on Dockery, who has really looked to kind of bully up the Wildcats tonight, but it hasn't worked as Jasper's pretty well kicking Memorial off the floor. Is now I think they've had enough. They're starting to go deep in their bench.
They did just kick the starters off the floor because they brought 5 guys in that I don't think have been in the game yet.
No.
So. Or not much.
Not much. You're seeing Ian Gibson, number 32, out there. Andrew Broshears for the first time, I think, tonight. So the Cats starting to sub in some of their guys as well. So 4:13 on the clock. Jasper with a comfortable 25-point lead. They're pretty well taking control since the second quarter. This ball gets knocked away. That's number 21, Drew Ellis, right there.
A lot of these guys, I saw them playing in the JV game for Memorial, so they've got a lot of those guys in there right now.
That was actually on number 10, Powell. So Lamont gives it up. Thornburg with it. I'm sorry, Kendall. Now feed down low into Klaus, and he gets it to Thornburg. And there's a nice shot put up and in there by Klaus. So he's got 4 points tonight. .27-point lead now. Powell can't go, tip up. Still doesn't go. Now Cats come down with the day. Feeds it. Look at that. Oh, does not go.
But again, that's one of those, you know, you got a 27-point lead. Pull it out. If you don't have a clean layup, just pull it back out, keep the clock running. You know, I mean, at this game, it's not going to matter, but, you know.
You're not going to tell that to Kendall. He's putting that shot in.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I don't blame him, you know.
It's just Dave.
Dave should, Dave being a senior should have realized that, you know, hey, we don't need this.
Right. I keep forgetting sometimes.
So there's another one.
15, 16, 17.
Yeah. You're exactly right. You know, I mean, we think these are juniors and seniors in college that know better, but they're not.
Yeah. 27-point lead for the Cats with 3 minutes to go in this basketball game. Schurz is number 12 with it. Effort there by Colin Quick. He gives it up to Powell, who's going to draw the contact and shoot free throws here. Actually now number 35 looking to check in. That is Braden Keck. 6'3".
Aguilera is going to check in for Jasper after this first free throw too. And I think that only leaves one more on the bench for Jasper. Tanner Young.
So Parker Powell's going to get another free throw here. And pops them both, so 2 for 2 for him.
I'm guessing this is probably Aguilera's first varsity appearance. He's a junior that plays quite a bit on the JVs.
Yeah. Jack kind of had position down there, but they didn't feed him. 2:20 on the clock. Cats just working that clock here to close things out. Back cut as Levin tries to make a move there. Can't handle the pass, though. Powell on the left side feeds it over to Broshears. Nice feed down low and a strong shot put up there by Ian Gibson. So 2 points for him. 56-33. An outstanding night. Jasper defensively only giving up 33 points. And easy steal right there as the pass wasn't even close there to Drew Ellis. 1:26, clock running.
Maybe.
Actually, clock stopped. I think he ran it before the inbound. So he delayed it to catch up.
It was like, let's get the clock going.
So what are you doing down there, Steve-O? Cats come down with the board. Aguilera. See if he tries to make a move here. Klaus, now he feeds over to Aguilera for a three-point shot, and he drains it. So Cats have hit their share of threes tonight.
And Memorial just threw the ball out of bounds. That's about the way their nights went.
Oh, yeah. Wildcats have scored 10 points in the quarter. You keep winning the quarters here. Memorial's got 8.
You know, I'm not the smartest guy, but if you keep winning quarters, you're probably going to win the game.
Usually, yeah. Won the first one 18-14, second one 12-2, and then really extended, scoring 19 in that third quarter. 25 seconds. Cats just looking to finish this out here. $12 seconds. So they start backing off. And that's where we're at right now. 5. And we'll call it a ball game. So the Cats get their first conference win tonight to go 1-1 in the conference. And Memorial loses their first conference game, so they're also 1-1. But yeah, I'll tell you what, just 2 different basketball teams we saw tonight, Jason.
Yeah, no doubt. You know, Jasper come out, you know, early and was the aggressor, took it at Memorial. Memorial didn't have an answer tonight. I mean, they didn't shoot the ball at all. You know, they missed a lot of easy shots, but they were forced shots. They weren't shots they got out of their offense. You know, and they didn't
execute.
They didn't execute. Yeah, that's probably the best word for it. You know, I'm sure their coach will be disappointed, but you know, from talk about Jasper did what we needed to do tonight to win a ball game. And you know, anytime you win ball games over a holiday break like this, those are big because kids aren't in school. Their routines are different. You know, they sleep in. Things just aren't the normal. So it makes it a little bit tougher to come out and play these games. It's good that you have them because you know you get into the tournament. You never know what's going to happen, and I think you know this is a good building block. You know, like we said, you got to continue to get better. And tonight we did. We got better. You know, Memorial didn't obviously put up much of a fight, but throwing them out of the equation and just looking at the way we played tonight, I think the coaching staff's got to be pleased with the way we executed on offense. Mm-hmm. You know, we early on we got the ball inside to Jalen. You know, he was able to convert that, and then you know we basically shot lights out from the three-point line tonight. Yeah. You know, I don't know what our percentage was, but it was pretty good. You know, and anytime you can shoot the ball to that caliber that we did tonight, you're going to be tough to beat, and that was evident tonight.
Yeah, we hit 9 3-pointers, so yeah, they were dropping there. Logan Day had 4 of those. But, you know, I think really when you look at this game as a whole, you know, Memorial is always going to be aggressive defensively. But for us to be able to score double digits in every single quarter, that's just saying that really offensively I think we showed a lot more patience than what Memorial did with the offense and just got better shots.
Oh, there's no doubt. There's no doubt. You know, we don't have a lot of guys that try to create one-on-ones like they do. Mm-hmm. You know, and night in and night out, the team effort and the team ball is going to outplay the individual efforts.
Right.
And tonight was a perfect example of that. You know, we stayed in our system. We ran our offense. We did the things that we're comfortable doing, mm-hmm. and it showed. You know, we were able to put points on the board. Memorial, on the other hand, had a lot of individual play. Mm-hmm. They didn't hit those shots, and this is what happens when that happens. And you know, you're going to lose ugly games like that when that's the way you play, and tonight's a perfect example of it.
No doubt about it. So Jasper scores 18, 12, 19, and 10 in their 4 quarters of action tonight against Memorial, who's 14, 2, 9, and 8. So, you know, again, you hold them to just single digits for 3 of those 4 quarters, you're going to win a lot of ball games if you play that kind of defense.
Oh, there's no doubt. You know, so I think from Coach Gable's standpoint, you know, he's got to be pleased with our defensive effort tonight. Mm-hmm. You know, all you can do is go out and play the defense. Whatever the other team does on offense, that's up to them. Yeah. You know, we didn't make them take those bad shots.
Right.
You know, they elected to do that, and a lot of that had to do with the defense we were playing. And you know, we're capable of doing that. And you know, when we don't play good defense, that's when we get ourselves in trouble because we're not a high-scoring team. We're not a high-powered offense. So we have to play good defense. We have to hold teams to 40 or 50 points. If we hold teams to 40 points, we're going to have a pretty good shot to win most nights.
Right. And that's what we've done during this winning streak. I mean, we actually had a good offensive output, scoring 60 points against Gibson Southern. They scored 55 there, but then Southridge holding them to 44, as mentioned. They jumped out to a big lead on the Wildcats in that game.
Yeah.
And then Corydon Central to go on the road, and you know, that became a barn burner, obviously, as far as just the physicality from what it sounded like and all that.
Yeah.
But to still hold them to 43 points on their own floor, that's tremendous. And then tonight, holding a Memorial team that's usually a great scoring team. I mean, you know, things are obviously looking a little different this year, but my gosh, to hold them to 33 points, you are just playing fantastic defense.
Yeah,
right there.
and you know, that to me this year so far, that's probably been the most impressive thing to me is the way we're capable of playing defense when we want to.
Yeah.
You know, and for the most part this year, we've done that.
Right.
You know, even the games that we lost, the 2 that we lost, you know, we played good defense, but we were just playing against teams that were a little bit better. I mean, Boise has a good team,
right?
You know, and it makes it tougher when you have teams like that. So, you know, just continue to play that type of defense, and I'll take my chances every night.
Every single night, yeah.
So,
all right, well, kind of a late run as far as coaches coming up tonight.
We'll I don't know with WITZ not being on the air tonight, I don't know whether they forgot about us too or not, but I would think one of them would mosey up here. But
okay, well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to go down to the scoring here, and if we see somebody coming out, looks like Coach Gable is coming up.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, prior to Coach Gable coming up, we'll look at the Wildcats scoring. They were led by Mainers for 16 points tonight. 3 players in double figures, including Day with 13, Riley Foy with 10, and then 6 points from Jack Levin, 4 points from Levi Klaus, 3 points from Max Butel, and then also Parker Ernie had 5, and then Aguilera hit that 3-pointer, so that was big for him. And Memorial just had 2 players in double figures. Max Ainslinger with 12 and Brady Combs with 10. And so other than that, just a few other players with a bucket here and there. So, but yeah, the big thing was just Dylan Kendricks holding him to just 3 points and no field goals. All right, so we're going to switch headsets here as John Gable comes up to grace us with his presence. And
well, there's no radio here. So.
Is it official? The score is Cabby O'Neill 247, John Gable 247. Is that where we're at right now?
Oh boy,
a little ball game between you
quite ready to talk
two
about
legends,
that,
right? Is that what we're going to talk about?
No.
I was telling Jason we're going to rename this place John Gable Arena someday. Right?
Well, you do want people to come here, don't you?
So,
no, I think there's a urinal in the bathroom or something. They're going to put my plaque on or something.
Oh, I don't know about that. But you know, we'll talk about the game here in a second. But let's reflect. 19 years here at Jasper High School. Just talk about that time period and what it's meant for you.
Well, just the fact that a program with the history that Jasper has that would you know, back in 2007, before any of the players I have now were even born, the fact that they would entrust me with their program was just the greatest honor of my coaching career.
Oh, yeah.
And I've been year to year for 19 years, and
okay.
I still love what I do. And you know, there's some talk about it being different than it used to be in the olden days, and there's a lot of truth to that. But it's still not an easy gig. And I never have scored 1 point or gotten 1 rebound or gotten 1 steal in any of these games. It's all been players, and I've had some great assistants, and it's been a roller coaster ride, but it's just been I've been blessed.
Oh, no doubt about it. And I tell you, you know, the thing is, your teams always give great effort. And Jason and I talked about this, especially like on the defensive side. You hold a team to 33 points tonight. That's kind of what we're seeing, a little, 44 points against Southridge, holding Corydon Central to 43. It's a mindset you have to develop in the minds of all the players, isn't it?
Well, I've always kind of prided myself on being a football coach, coaching basketball.
There you go. Yeah.
And we do spend a lot of time on the defensive side of the floor. And I think one thing that young people really don't understand is if you really devote yourself defensively to being a physical and aggressive defender, ironically enough, on the other end, the shots go down too.
Yeah.
I mean, very seldom have I seen otherwise. And you can't be focused on one end and not focused on the other. And I think sometimes, you know, when people talk about working on their basketball game, they talk about going out in the driveway and shooting three-pointers, and that's not working on your game.
No.
And a big part of it is actually trying to, you know, being able to be in a stance and defend and help and be in the gap and have active hands and rebound. And there's just so much, you know, that's just a huge part of the game but it's work.
Yeah.
It's kind of like wrestling. Wrestling, if you ask people that wrestle, it's no fun.
Yeah.
It's work. It's physical and it's
work.
tough. And the defensive side of the floor isn't always fun, but it's the most necessary part of the game.
Well, it definitely is, and it also gives most players an opportunity to get on the floor because not everybody can score points. Not everybody needs to score points, but if you're a hard-nosed defender, coaches like you're going to find those kids.
Well, and we've, you know, if you look at the history of our program, and you know, even before I was here, Jasper just has been, you know, a tough out because of their willingness to defend and rebound and to let themselves be coached. And to do the little things like that.
All right, well, let's look at this basketball game. You know, again, kind of a tight-knit game in that first quarter, and then we really just held Memorial to just 2 points. We're talking about defense there. But I was really impressed with our offensive output tonight. So talk about what you saw tonight offensively for the Cats.
You know, the two things that we really wanted to work on today offensively were we want to get the ball inside out, and I thought the mission accomplished. I think we took a couple of quick three-pointers, but when you look where we've been our worst, like at the beginning of the Southridge game or throughout the entire Boonville game, we were just content on shooting perimeter shots without screening, without getting downhill, feeding the post, driving into the paint, getting on 2 feet, being fundamental with the ball. We took the path of least resistance. And so that was a big goal tonight, is from the very beginning we're going inside with the ball. And I thought that for the most part we did a really nice job with that. And, you know, the second thing we want to do is when we get the rebounds, we want to run. We want to get some run-outs and some easy buckets and make the other team sprint back on defense. And too many times this year we're content to get the rebound, let everybody clear, hand the ball to our guard, and walk the ball up the floor. And that's just not who we've ever been.
Right.
But when you push the ball in transition, you may not always get an open shot, but you're forcing the defense.
Oh, big time.
To sprint.
Yeah.
And to work and to be on, and that's a big part of it too. And we had stretches tonight where we did that, where we pushed the ball well.
Yeah, that's always been a concept where it's like, you know, again, you want to get down there, beat the defense before they can set up.
Yeah, and we're a bunch of nice kids sometimes. We want to play that game. Let's let everyone clear, and we'll set up our offense and let the defense rest for a second while we get into it. And we want to be better at pushing the issue and getting to that rim in transition too.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
All right. We challenged Jalen at halftime a little bit. We did a nice job getting the ball to him inside, but he was shooting over top of people. And we said, Jalen, they're not doubling down on you as much as other teams have.
Yeah.
Beat that guy take that ball to the rim.
Right.
Get to the foul line a little bit. Go up and dunk the dang thing like you can do. And to his credit, in the second half, he did a much better job of trying to get that ball to the rim. And,
he did.
And the results were better.
Yeah, you definitely did, because he was kind of settling for the jump shot. He was hitting a few, but, you know, that's just the thing. It's like he can be a physical player down low.
I think he's so used to having 2 or 3 guys collapse on him that he was a little bit shocked that they were guarding him one-on-one in the post.
Yeah.
And if you're just going to shoot over top of them, they can keep doing that. But
right.
if you're going to make a post move or some kind of up and under or a drop step or something, they're going to have to double down on you. So let's make them do that.
All right. Well, you got a busy Tuesday, Friday, Saturday thing going this weekend. So just two more big ones coming up.
Yeah, we're going one at a time here, but we have Princeton coming to town Friday, and they're in our sectional, and they won the sectional last year, and they're loaded again this year. And I think they've had a couple of surprising losses lately, but they're as athletic as any team we're going to play, and they're as talented as any team we're going to play. And they're a team that is kind of disappointed that they lost recently. I think Gibson Southern took them down, and they haven't been playing real well. So I'm sure their practices have been more focused. So I'm sure that we'll see a different team come Friday night. So we're going to have to be on our A game to be able to be in that game Friday night.
Well, that stretch that we got coming up here, it's nice to have them all home, though.
Yes, it's this wasn't a plan. Obviously, this was a snow out makeup.
Right.
But there's a lot of teams that spend this week playing in holiday tournaments and shootouts, and we don't do that. But it kind of feels like it. We're playing 3 games this week, but fortunately, they all are at home. And I thought we had a pretty decent crowd tonight for a Tuesday night.
Yeah.
And hopefully, that continues.
Right. All right. Well, hey, again, congratulations on the big win tonight, and hopefully we get a couple more, and then you're ahead of Coach Coach O'Neill. So,
well, that was never the intention, but just means that I haven't been fired for 19 years. So, because in all seriousness, Craig, I've won as many games as any coach in the history of this program, but I've also lost more than any coach in the history of this program. It just means that I've done it a long time in the end, and that's what I'll hang my hat on in the end, because it's not easy to hang on.
Right.
And there's so many times I could have walked away, especially when it gets discouraging, like seasons like we had last year. But and it is hard on your family, and it's hard on your friends, and it's hard on you. And the fact that I've been able to stay in there is something I'm going to always be proud of.
Right. Well, you always got to have the passion for it, and obviously you have to have a passion like that if you've coached as long as
I love what I do. And
absolutely.
There's very few people who get to say that, and I get to say that. So.
All right. Well, congratulations, Coach.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. We appreciate it. All right. So the Jasper Wildcats with a big win tonight against Memorial and finish this ball game up with a 59-33 win. So for Jason Stamm and Jeremy Marcos on the video, my name is Craig Schneider. This is Wildcat Basketball here on 18 WJTS. Good night.
The preceding was a special presentation of 18 WJTS TV. High school basketball on WJTS is proudly brought to you by Southern Indiana Propane, Mehringer Plumbing, Heating and Air, DuBois County Tire, Ubalor & Sons Chevy, Cadillac, Toyota, and 18 WJTS, a DC broadcasting company. Thank you for watching.